Hey guys, welcome back to Judo Highlights. Today we'll have a look at the top IPPONS at the Abu Dhabi Grand Slam. And how about that one, a nice Hizaguruma. So overall, I'd say it was a pretty good tournament. Definitely the heavier weights had the better IPPONS, I thought. Especially under 90s and under 100s. A lot of amazing stuff from those guys, so stay tuned for that. And before we get into it all, thumbs up on the video, make sure you're subscribed. Thanks to all the channel members for supporting. And just lastly guys, thanks to all of those who have been ordering Kozakura judo gis from me. All the first people, I mean, there was a lot of problems. Had to work things out with payment, the form, getting correct information. But I think I've smoothed out the process now and it's much easier. So if you need a gi, there's a link in the description. Send me a message and I'll get one customized for you. This ippon here, really nice. Takes 2 stabs at the Uchimata. Kind of a Ono Shohei like spinning Uchimata. Watch him push off his right foot, and then he'll shuffle, he'll move that right foot across the side and spin off that. So that's different to how I would do it. I would spin off my back foot, but he's doing something a little bit crazier here. I'm pretty sure Ono Shohei spins off his back foot, but I mean, pick whatever one works for you. They're both good ways to get into the spinning Uchimata. And a nice Uranage here, countering the Osotogari. So Uranage is a really good counter to Osotogari. My friends have picked me up many times from me doing an Osotogari like that before. Here's my man, Adamian, probably one of my favorite judokas at the moment. And just watch the distance that he covers with that. What do you call that? Is that a Kosoto? Is that a Taniotoshi? I mean, he is just a sensational judoka. Don't blink or you'll miss it, guys. Quick bit of Ashiwaza here. Grabs the sleeve, grabs the lapel, and at the same time, sweeping that leg. And look at that. And a lot of Georgians do this. A lot of Georgians have this combination. I know Maizaradze, he's big on this. Jalo here gets thrown. Starts off as an Osoto, then turns into a bit of a Makikomi. But Jalo dropping down here, I think that was the right defense, but coming back up again, I think he really should have stayed down there. I'm not sure he can do it like Nagayama. Nagayama likes to drop down, go for an Uranage in those situations. But, I mean, that's a tough one. Now this counter here, this is a slick counter to a Seoinage. Just keeps the foot in the middle there and goes for the Uchimata. Very slick. And this is another one. Grip and go. I mean, you see it a lot going forward. Osoto, Ashibarai. But going backwards with a Taiotoshi like that, that's pretty slick. Here's Farah. And you know what he's going to do. He's going to get close to you and do something like this. And you really don't want to get into a war, an in-close battle with Farah. I mean, he loves this stuff. You pick him up, he doesn't care. He knows exactly what to do in these situations. So good. And this is why, because I mean, every contest he goes out, he picks people up like this, front Uchimata, dumps them to the mat. And I mean, this was a Wazari into Osaikomi, but I mean, sometimes I like to include Wazaris just because they're so amazing. I mean, look at this. And people will say that is all strength, no technique, but I guarantee you, a front Uchimata is much harder to do than some of these classical techniques, especially ones where you kind of, you know, drop down. You're not really relying on your legs, the power of your legs to pick people up. Drop Seoinage, Tomoinage, all the kind of STEMI waza. Just my opinion. Maybe you guys want to talk about it in the comments a little bit. This is a really nice Kosoto getting on the left, attacking that left side. Now this is Revolve from France. He had a really interesting Ippon Seoinage locking up the shoulder before dropping down. So it's kind of like a 2-step Seoinage and not stepping with your feet, but, you know, first you lock up the shoulder, then you drop down. Ahadov here with a great Seoinage. His opponent kind of looking to escape, but ends up just kind of rolling across, you know, his head, his shoulders. That's a great one. Starting to see this Kataguruma variation done a lot more these days. Can we call it the Malay Kataguruma since he kind of made it pretty famous? I don't think I've seen one this fast before. And everyone's doing it, as I said. Here's an attempt at it, but getting countered. So if you're wondering how to counter it, this is how you do it. You're just going to kind of absorb it. And then, I mean, they're trying to get under you, so their feet aren't in the most stable position. Put in newaza now for you guys. And, I mean, the turnover, it's pretty standard. But I like what he does here. Throwing the head under the knee and holding the pants. His opponent tapping, but he was looking to hold him down in that position. Here's DeWitt. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, he's got to be up there with most Kosoto Gake, IPPONS in the judo scene, right? I mean, he's always doing this to all sorts of people. This is definitely his Tokui waza. Nice uranage coming up for you guys. And I do have to apologize. There were more IPPONS from the ladies, but I lost some footage that I had. And then even on JudoTV, there's still a lot of footage in the women's divisions that they just haven't uploaded yet. I know they had some rain in the stadium that caused some technical issues, and I still think they haven't really overcome a lot of that. There's a lot of footage that even I cannot get a hold of yet. So sorry about that. Kosoto Gake counter here from Lee off double sleeves. I mean, that was very well timed. This Uchimata here, I mean, Adamian, mat control, fighting him on the outside of the mat, and then the way he shoves his opponent's arm over his head. So there's nothing, that right arm just goes all the way over the top of Blue. Watch him shrug it off, and then immediately go in for the Uchimata. So there's no defense, no hand on him to defend. He makes it look so easy. Another one from the man. Kosoto Gake attempt. And gets it the second time. And he's very good at running with this technique. You know, taking 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts at it. Having good posture. The way he kind of like points that knee at people. It just goes in that direction. It's really nice. Hopping Uchimata from Maidov now. And he's someone who's got a sneaky Uchimata. I mean, everyone kind of thinks of Moriyama or Ono Shohei or, you know, these kinds of guys who have really, really good Uchimatas. But Maidov, he's always scoring with an Uchimata. Pozvit now. Now, this was only a Wazari, but I just thought the Kozushi really good. Walking backwards, breaking balance with the head, and then just timing her entry perfectly to get this technique. And I guess we'll call it a Tayatoshi. From the big man now. And he did this twice throughout the day. This Sode here, and just so controlled. I mean, he must be incredibly strong to drop down like this. And this is Pumalainen. Pumalainen, I mean, he's been on top of the podium. It was that Masters gold that he got. So not a good day at the office for him. He'll be back though. And here's another one. And I think a lot of these heavyweights at plus 100s, they just don't have a lot of experience with someone dropping down like this at plus 100s trying to do a double sleeve Sode, drop Sode, right? It's so rare at plus 100s. Coral now with the newaza, and he did this so quickly. Watch how quickly he jumps on the neck. I think his opponent is Idir, but as soon as he goes down for that Seoinage, he kind of rolls with it. Does well. Not to get a score against his name, but I mean, he jumped on that choke so quickly. Big Ogoshi here. Split hip. Good elevation with the hips. Drive through. Kataguruma Ochi now. Blue goes for an Osoto and then a Sumigaishi, and white counters it straight into the newaza. So it's these kind of sequences that I really like to see in judo. Here's another failed Kataguruma. This is Esposito, who's got some pretty good newaza apparently. Hand through the belt, good rollover. Securing the upper body. And now all he's got to do is get past those legs. Straight into the hold down there. This one here, edge of the tatami now. And Blue, I mean, Blue's posture, it was just so bad. And when you have posture like this, it's really hard to get away from an osotogari. Your hips, you know, you just don't have enough movement in your hips when your posture is that bad. Really quick Seoinage here. And just a couple more ippons to close it out, guys. So if you are here and you haven't liked the video or subscribed, I do hope you do that. I'm going to be doing a bit more coverage of the European Championships. Pretty sure it's the European Championships, right? That's coming up in November, right? There's also the Tokyo Grand Slam. So that will be a really, really exciting one to close out the year. And also I'll be doing some other videos. I really want to do some more breakdowns. I really like doing those breakdown videos, but sometimes the IJF Tour just kind of, you know, there's always competitions, and I do have to follow this stuff. So those breakdown videos, they will come eventually, just when there's a bit of an opening. But anyway, guys, that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.